guys, so from my grimoire, I wanted to talk to you about timing for spells. It really isn't necessary to acknowledge or work with the timing. However, it does help. Like you're working not against the grain. You understand? Like it just makes it easier because those energies are already flowing in that way. And it just helps. It's an assistance. So it is something that you can be mindful of. Of course, we know the importance of the moon phases and certain times, but there's also like the clock hands. If the hands are rising, then that's the time to do positive, uplifting spells like drawing and attracting. And that's like when the clock hands are between the 6 and the 12. And then if the hands are falling, excuse me. And then if the hands are falling, that's the time to do like casting off of evil, protecting yourself from enemies, banishing, that kind of thing. And that is when the hands are between the 12 and the 6, when they're falling down. Now, if one hand is rising and one is falling, you shouldn't do spells because the energy is confused, and it is likely to confuse the purpose of your spell. And then, of course, we have moon time. We know the waning moon is for cursing, removal, and it lessens the energy of something. Now the waxing moon is for drawing and attracting, and it increases the energy of the spell or whatever the situation. But then we can also work with the days of the week. Sunday is for success, achievement, goals, purification. Monday is for emotional healing, nurturing, calming, fertility. Tuesday is for protection, conflict, war. Wednesday is for communication, speed, reversing, art, creativity, and road opening. Thursday is for healing, protection, money. Friday is for love, drawing things to us, and it's payday, so we can work with that energy. Saturday is for crossing, cursing, and debauchery. And then we have some information on the different times of days for spellcrafting. The morning is good time for awakening, new beginnings, fertility, life direction. Just the general daytime is for growth, financial gains, good life, generosity. Midday is for willpower to get through. That's usually when we need our extra cup of coffee or a little snack to get us through. So yeah, willpower to get through, definitely. Strength, sustenance, perseverance, and overcoming obstacles. Twilight, magical time for change, receptiveness, parenting, moving between the worlds. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because you're at a time between the day and the night. And doesn't everything just look and feel a little more magical? Like definitely the veil is thin during that time. Alright, the evening is for camaraderie. I know how to camaraderie. For friendship. I just imagine sitting around a bonfire together, just hanging out. Definitely. Evening is the time for spirituality, joy, pleasure, family gatherings, children, and play. Late night is for occult learning, time to increase knowledge, wisdom, I think of studying, enlightenment and creativity. Midnight is the time for releasing, recuperation, recovery, closings, and endings. All right, so now let's talk about, we know what times we do certain types of spells, but let's talk about what actions a witch takes that have various properties and correspondences. So, burning. We know fire cleanses and activates. We can do this when we want to destroy something's influence, dispose of the ashes away from home, to keep it away from you. You're done with it. We can burn, setting things into motion. You burn the related item to ash to set it into motion. Burn when activating certain energies. That's like burning the bay leaf for the, to send it out into the universe. Burn when cursing or hexing. You just burn an object in the candle flame. Alright, so if we bury or abandon something, that kind of work is good for putting something to rest, slow spells that you want to work over a period of time, and that's good for banishing. So we use that when we want to keep something close, or if you want to attract something, bury the spell under your front door. So that's cool. Okay. If you want to disperse something, throw it into a crossroads. If you want to fix an influence, you inter the object in a 5-spot pattern. It's like the pentagram. If you want to conceal something's origin, conceal it in a tree. If you want something to begin or strengthen, throw it to the east. If you want to end or weaken it, throw it west. So rubbing in witchcraft. Easiest and most immediate way to experience witchcraft. This is when we transfer and garner the energy, and it can be done through physical contact with an object. Use when putting energy into an object, rub it with your left hand. To gather energy, rub with your right hand. To bring positivity, rub clockwise. To bring negativity, rub counterclockwise. Rub the appropriate stone on an affected body part for crystal healing. Okay, soaking. Water is one of the main elements used in witchcraft. It comes in many forms with many different properties and uses. We can use soaking when we want something to move away, throw it into running water. If we want something's influence to rise and fall in a cycle pattern, float it in a tidal estuary. To protect or cleanse, soak in rainwater. For focus on personal goals, soak in seawater. For transformation, soak in snow or melted snow. Alright, and if we want to make a wish come true, we soak the object in well water. To banish, we throw the object into harbor water. So that's pretty interesting stuff.